Okay, hello. Today I don't make many of these videos, but I think I'm going to start doing more. But make my own spinners. We just make standard trout spinners. This is an old one, so it's that's a number 2 French blade, some brass body parts, and a number 8 treble hook. You can order these things all over the internet, and I just order stuff up and put them in boxes, and I order my wires. I used to do all my bending with a pair of round nose pliers, but I have since got one of these Twistechs, and it says half fast on it, and for the longest time I thought it said half-assed on the commercial. It's pretty basic. Somehow I ended up with 2 of them. I must have ordered from different places, and I have one in a package here yet, and the other one I mounted to the bench. It's just 2 screws mounted through the back. But you order your spinner parts. I got my wires. I had them already twisted on one end. I wouldn't have to do that with this new tool. Got clevises. Then different size beads. Most of the time the little tiny bead acts as a bearing surface between the clevis and the next set of beads. You can add different beads for weight. Then, as you can see here, these are number 1 blades, number 2 blades, number 3 blades. I generally fish number 2 blades. I like a little heavier spinner, but my buddy, he's a diehard number 1 guy, and I'm going to tie a little bit of everything. These are just more body parts. You try to get the same stuff every year, but depending on who you buy it from, sometimes there's a little difference. You can see the difference in the hole, and even in the size of these bells. So I kind of made the bigger ones into the number 3s just to give them a little extra weight, because they have the same size body. So you can see here the blade, clevis goes through the blade, wire goes through. These are number 1, so I just go to a straight bead and then the body, instead of putting a little bearing in there. Like here's number 3. You can see that I have a little bead in there for a bearing surface between it and the next larger bead. I don't know if you need it or not. It's just always there. Guy made these when I was a kid, and my dad and one of his best friends, he's just like my uncle, they made them, and that's what we fished with, and that's what we still fish with. So normally I would bend these. I would grab them with these pliers. I try to go opposite of the eye. I would bend it out. I'd bend it up over. I'd re-grab it. I'd bend it around. So I'd have my loop straight in line with the body. Then slide your hook on. Onto it. Try to keep the hook out of the way so you don't get it in your hand, and I would put 2 or 3 twists on. Switch over to my nippers. Grab it in close. I grab that because it'll fly. It'll take off flying real good. Nip it off. And you end up with a spinner. Pennsylvania trout is what I catch. But I've caught everything on these. Bass, crappies, you name it, throwing it wherever, but generally I fish it for trout. So you can do that, or you can use this Twistech. When I first tried this, it didn't go real good. I was doing it like the videos, and it didn't work for me like it was working for them, but I think I'm using a smaller wire. So what I do is I hold that eye straight up and down, the eye on the wire. I hold it straight up and down. I put it in the Twistech between them two posts. Pick up just a little bit. There's a groove in this piece right here. And oop. I missed it. Let me go back here. You got to keep it between them two pins. It's being harder for me than it is because I'm trying to video it. Here we go. Push it around. You can see it bending. And then just keep bringing that handle around almost till it's on the bar. And let her loose. And what that'll do is start you a loop in. Get a little something behind here you can see. That'll get your loop going right there. Take your treble hook, put it on the loop. This took me a little bit to get used to, but I hold it with my hand like this, treble hook out the back. I put the loop on the posts and I draw it over to where the wire goes through. Now there's a little spot on the side here for this wire. You'll see it fall in. Dink! Fell right in there. So you put a little bit of pressure on that, and I've just been going 2 turns. So I give it 1, 2, and that allows me to back this up. It lets go and I can pull it right off. If I go more than 2 twists, I can't pull it back out. And when I pull it back out, it crushes my clevis. And what I see the guys doing is they just spin up the extra wire that's there and they pull it out. Well, I don't know if they're just making bigger spinners or using bigger wire or what's going on, but I can't do that. Take my nippers, nip off the extra piece. And there's my spinner. That was a number 1. Here's a number 3. Again, I'm just gonna lay it in there. I let that grab the wire, push it around. Once it has tension on it, you can let go of it, but if it comes out of there, you're gonna lose spinner parts all over the place. Keep pushing it. It pushes that down a little bit. It's no big deal. So that this bar goes over top of the body. Bring it around till this here is almost completely in line with that, and stop. Back it up, pull it off. Then I take it off there. I slide my hook around. Now this bar down here has a groove in the back for a treble hook. These hooks don't seem to stay in it, but I think it's again because of the size of spinner I'm doing. I drop it in and over. I pull this piece here, put my pressure on it. 1, 2. Now, I used to put more spins on than that. Even if I was doing it with my hand, I would have 3 spins on there. But I get to looking at these things anyhow. And when you buy them, that top part that already has a loop on it, I'm looking at that, and I'd be surprised if it has a spin and a half, a twist and a half. So I'm putting a full 2 twists on and nipping it off. And there's my number 3 spinner. Get her back up there. How's that? And that's what I do. Now I'll just shut up a little bit here and twist a couple of these out, and hopefully they'll go a little better. You can see what's going on. I need to get a light over here too. I have one over there over my reloading bench, but and really all this is doing, it is a little bit quicker, and it's saving my hands from getting stabbed with a hook whenever I'm twisting that thing around. Because just about no matter what you do, you're gonna get pricked by them mustads, and they are sharp. And you'll get into a rhythm, and things will speed up, and you'll kind of be maybe happy you bought this rig. It seems to be working okay for me. Not like I watch the guys on the internet, but I just got it and I'm figuring it out. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. Somebody will tell me. You know somebody will tell you. They do make a mount, I guess, for this thing that you can screw it to the side of a table. See how that got down around the front? I don't want it there. You just got to be careful when you're spinning it. My hook sometimes gets where it shouldn't be, and I got to move it just a little bit to finish the job, but that's it. And if you get one that, like, you don't like the alignment of the hole or whatever, you can take your pliers and put in there and adjust it left or right. But all in all, this thing seems to work pretty good. I was really doubting it when I first started trying to get it done, because I was not having a whole lot of luck with it. There's directions on the back, and there's lots of videos on YouTube about it. It says wire up to 37 thousandths. So I think what I got here is 22. It actually says wire 29 to 37. So that might be just the reason why I got a little tough time going with it. And I might actually try some heavier wire next time I make some. But to be honest with you, we used to sell these a little bit to friends and whatever, and then we just didn't, and we pretty much make them just for our own use. So for the amount I make for me and my family, they don't go through them too fast. But if you're fishing a spinner and fishing it right, you know you're bumping the bottom and throwing it under brush across the stream, and a lot of times you can't wade there, and you can't wade in there to get your spinner back out. If you're fishing a spinner and fishing it right, you're going to be losing spinners. It's just spinner fishing. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to make one more. Slide my hook on. Drop it through the gap, put that in there, a little pressure. 1, 2. See where that hook grabbed a little bit. Pull it out. Take my nippers. Nip it off. That's it. That's all there is to it. And if you do this yourself, you can make these for, oh, I don't know, depending on where you find the parts at, about $1 a piece. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. But that's all I got to show you today.